Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. I'm GetGoodGuy, and today I'm talking about the almost absolute wasted potential of weapon skins in Battlefield 1 while showing you some of my favourite skins in the game. I'll tell you why I think skin implementation was poorly designed, how I think it could have been improved, and thus what I hope for in Battlefield 5, plus I'll go through how a couple of other games, Call of Duty and Destiny, had provided skins and why I think they were better or worse. So, as I said, you're currently being shown some of my favourite skins in BF1. There are some fantastic ones in the game, and it's awesome to have them available to run around with as you blow people's heads off. And by saying these are some of my favourites, I must therefore have at least some small form of attachment to them. And this is true. They're certainly more appealing than the base model designs, and they help to make some of my thumbnails look more attractive. I'm sure the majority of you guys like some of the skins that you have as well. But realistically, in the grand scheme of things, who really cares? I mean, really cares. Because I don't, and probably most of you don't. What do I mean by that, you might ask? Well, put it this way. Do I like the skins I have? Yes. But if they were all taken away tomorrow, would it really bother me? No. I can honestly say it wouldn't. So why is that? Well, it's because they hold essentially no value, no prestige. I didn't really earn them in any discernible manner that required focused effort or skill. They're worthless because I just passively unlock them through time and random chance. Sure, there are some exceptions. I think some skins can be unlocked through the campaign, some were pre-order unlocks, there's the road to Battlefield 5 stuff, and maybe some other minor things I'm not aware of, but you and I both know that the absolute vast majority of the skins we have were procured from battle packs, or what they actually are, loot boxes. You either unlock them all through playing like I did, or you unlock some of them through paying for boxes. Either way, where's the value in these skins? It's exactly why I didn't care for the skins in Overwatch. If the vast majority of them come down to a box I had no influence on, why would I care? I know that I think some things could be unlocked from doing the competitive mode, but again, most of it was loot boxes. And I know that most people will feel the same way as me. If a layer of your game is going to be cosmetics, then you have to give them value. A side issue specific to BF1 is also that I'm not far off the max rank in this game. I've played it a lot, and I believe I only have, I think, less than half of the available weapon skins, which is just crazy. Now, I understand why this is. It's because loot boxes make money, and businesses have to look out for themselves. So fine, go for it. But then the player base has to look out for themselves. And so, as part of the player base, I say that this practice does nothing for me. It doesn't assist in my enjoyment of the game, and I'd like to see this change. Now, Battlefield 5 may do things differently. I'm not sure if we've had concrete evidence of this yet, but I'm hoping it will be different due to the more in-depth unlock system that's supposed to be in the game. We do already have the Road to Battlefield 5 stuff, as I said, which provides players with skins for Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 1, and there are both good and bad signs in this, but let's not overanalyze it at this early stage. Essentially, let's just keep our fingers crossed that it'll be better in the next Battlefield game. Because when things in the game have value, people aim to get them, and this in turn keeps people playing, which is both good for the player, the overall population, and the companies behind these games. I'll give the example of Call of Duty Black Ops 2. That game has a fantastic unlock system. Actually, I'm just going to go off script here and do this bit live. I'll load up Black Ops 2 and talk you through it. Okay, so here we are in Black Ops 2, and in the barracks we've got a literal challenges section with the primary weapons, secondary weapons, etc. So already you can see there's so much stuff to grind for. So if we go on to the primary weapons, you can see if I take the MP7 as an example, you got attachments, you know, normal COD game, you unlock all this stuff, etc. But then we've got camos, which is what we're talking about today, skins, etc, you know, same sort of thing. And then it would tell you what you needed to do to unlock specific camos. So you knew what to do to unlock it if you wanted to go and get it. So 1, it keeps you playing for something. 2, it adds value. 3, everyone else knows what you did to unlock it, which again adds value. So let's see, you've got 5 headshots, 10 headshots, 15, all the way up to 50, 75, 100. And then you've got extra things to do after that, where you'd eventually get gold camo. Now if I take you to shotguns, I think I chose shotguns because I knew that barely anyone would go and do this, which again added an extra level of prestige to what I was doing, and it was a cool challenge. So here we go, I did it. It's one-shot kills rather than headshots with shotguns. So you went 5, 10, 25, etc. all the way up to 250 again. Then you got earn 30 revenge medals, get 50 kills with the weapon with no attachments, get 50 kills without perks, 5 double kill medals, 10 bloodthirsty medals. You then got gold. If you did this on every weapon of that archetype, so here every shotgun, you got diamond. So everyone knew that saw me in the kill cam that I had gone and got gold on every shotgun, and there were some bad shotguns. I think a couple of these shotguns were not very good. So they realised what I'd put in, the skill and effort I'd put in to go and unlock this, which kept me playing. Would I have gone and used shotguns to that extent on this game without that? Not a chance. Would that keep people playing something like that in Battlefield? Absolutely it would. Forget the loot box stuff. I want people to play because they want to unlock this stuff. I mean, it's just, it's so extensive. It's just so much to go and do. And it went further. You went to, let me see if I can find it on here. If you go to, I really don't know where I'm looking for this, but bear with me. Calling cards, right? The calling cards, I believe you had specific things. Yes, you did. Kill 50 enemies while crouched, etc. And you had all sorts of stuff. So you got, let me see if I can find some of the cool ones on here. Earn 20 triple kill medals. Stuff like that. And you got really, really tough ones down the bottom. Some stuff that I didn't even get. You got things for streaks, all sorts of stuff. Just so much stuff. Stuff like this keeps people playing. It really does. Another example I got for you is, let's go and switch across to Destiny. We'll go to Destiny 2, and we'll talk about how that game does it, and what's good and bad about that. Okay, here we are in Destiny 2, and this is currently my hunter in Destiny 2, and I'm really, really pleased with it. I'm really pleased with how it looks at the minute. And I'm pleased because to get this armor here, I had to go and do specific things. I had to go and earn this armor. It took grind, it took effort, it took skill, all that sort of stuff. So it holds value to me, and it holds value to anyone that sees it. So this is definitely a positive. This is way better than what we're looking at in Battlefield 1. Although it's kind of in some ways comparable with, let's say, the weapons rather than the skins, because you have to go unlock the weapons in Battlefield, you have to go unlock the armor in Destiny, as an example. So there are pros and cons here, because you could look at it as the shader that's got on it, which is the skin. In Destiny it's a shader, I'll show you here, it's called Golden Trace. This is where it starts to fall down, and again it's similar to Battlefield in that you kind of just get these drop. I can't remember what I got this from, I could go and look it up, but there are tons of shaders in this game, and they just seem to drop all the time from random things, and I can tell you that no one really pays much attention to them, because Bungie are getting it completely wrong. In Destiny 1, we'll just go and do something so you're not bored. In Destiny 1, I'll talk about this Sparrow in a minute as well. In Destiny 1, you unlock shaders from doing generally specific things, a lot of them. Maybe, I think, some were random, some were specific things. Very much like Destiny 2, but once you had it, you just had it forever. You could just use it for everything. In Destiny 2, you get them as limited usage. You get a certain amount of them. That's not rewarding. People end up not caring about them. It's another problem. You've got to make things either... both actually. You've got to give things value to make people want them, but you've also got to make them so they can then just use them once they've unlocked them. If you give things no value and or make them limited use, people lose interest. People just don't care. And I can expand on this point with saying, because I was just talking about this Sparrow, the speeder, this looks completely different to any other Sparrow that I know of in the game. You sit in it completely differently, it looks really cool, it's like a wasp. I got this through a random drop from Eververse, which is basically the loot, how do I put this? The paid for cosmetic place in Destiny 2. Now I don't pay for anything in Destiny 2, you can get them through just playing and they'll drop. But again, it holds no value because it was just a random drop, I didn't do anything specific, and someone could just go and pay to get lots of boxes and eventually just unlock this. So, we can then apply this back to Battlefield again. Random drops, people don't really care, they don't hold value, they don't keep people playing, there's no prestige. So in conclusion, I hope for something better in Battlefield 5 than in BF1. I understand companies need to make their money, but if this is to the detriment of the player's enjoyment, then you're doing it wrong. Fortnite kinda managed to pull it off somehow, possibly because the game is free to play, whereas the games I'm talking about aren't. So there's a very clear distinction there. So overall, what do you think of the skin unlock system in Battlefield 1? Is it being done better or worse somewhere else? And how would you improve it in this game or any other? Let me and everyone else know in the comment section below. Now let's go over to the Board of Awesome for the epic people who allow you to get content from me full time by supporting the channel on Patreon. Without that support, I couldn't make this many videos or put as much time into them because I would absolutely have to go and get another job at the same time. So thank you so much to everyone on here. If you want to join them on the Board of Awesome, the link to the Patreon page is in the description and in my pinned comment. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you don't want to miss future videos, turn on notifications with the bell button and select to always be notified on the options tab that should then pop up, and then feel free to like, share and subscribe. I'm GetGoodGuy and I'll see you next time. Laters.